What is up, everyone? Bryan from Arena Decklist here. We are battling with three decks that I actually really like, and I don't know if I like them in the broader context of Standard, but I like them if things change in Standard, and I hope I get to explore them more. This first one I'm going to play is not mine. It comes from True Dawn. True Dawn sent this to me and is working on an article for arenadecklist.gg. That'll go up at some time in the future. But climbed to like top 30 or something with this Temur Reclamation deck. If y'all have been hanging out at all around my content, you've heard me talk that I think Reclamation might be a really good strategy going forward. I made a couple of tweaks to True Dawn's list, but this is basically the core of his idea. I managed to squeeze a couple Okos in, cut a Chemister's Insight and an Improbable Alliance. We'll see if those punish me. I cleaned up the sideboard a little bit as well with some more Okos. Oko's just good. Really, really good card. There's starting to be some buzz that maybe it's the best Planeswalker ever. And I am starting to maybe, sort of, kind of agree a little bit. I mean, I don't know if I'm that far. We'll see. But I do want to play this deck. I think it's very cool. And I want to see what it's capable of. So let's just get into it. Well, let me get Cardboard Live up for everyone. Thank you for reminding me. And that should let you use the deck command. Take a look at this deck. Cardboard Live doing nothing when I started it. Okay, let's try that again. Maybe it'll work this time. Cardboard Live should be up now. That deck command should work for everyone. And of course, I will post the deck list down in the description below. So let's battle. Standard ranked. Reclamation. Grazer is a Mox Diamond that blocks. Whew! That's aggressive. Windfrog. Appreciate the sub. You were awesome. Good stuff. Enjoy that little raccoon doing math. That's actually my entire accounting department. It's just raccoons doing math. I have no idea if you can keep this hand. It seems acceptable if we draw a green source, of which we have many. Greetings from Spain, says Windfrog. I appreciate you coming by. Good stuff. Are we doing best of ones? I hope not. Did I click best of ones? Probably. I'd probably do something stupid like that. We're up against the net deck master, too. I did click best of one. Okay. Well, let's get a best of one game out of the way. Why not? Let's see what the meta's like here. I'm sure it's fascinating. I really hate best of one, but... Oh, we're just doing this in best of one, too? Yeah, I don't see how we have any chance against the net deck master. Number one, they're already cheating by net decking. Everyone knows net deckers are cheaters, right? But number two, they're the master of net decking. Like, I don't know what we're supposed to do in that scenario. Scoop them up, I guess. Oh, we should have copied this. Definitely should have copied this. Come back. I forgot what my cards do. Give me another chance. Alright, we scoop them up now. That's it. GG's. Do we want to copy it this time? It's much worse this go around. I think we just need to buy a bunch of time and make a big explosion, so... that is the present game plan. You have the expansion being on adventures. Really exciting times for that card. Usually doesn't get to live that kind of lifestyle. Probably should have just played Beanstalk Giant here. Yeah, like we can't ever keep up with this, right? It's just a wrap. 2 cards, please. Both meaningless. Awesome. Alright, let's play another Reclamation. Just buy a little time here. There's a possibility we can pull this out. Thinking about sweeping now versus sweeping later. Sweeping later makes a little bit more sense to me. Growth Spirals first. Thing we want to do on 3. We can play Brazen Borrower just to use the mana. That seems fine. This is not the Bryan Gottlieb. This is a substitute Bryan Gottlieb. Sorry to let you down, Nick Prince. Yeah, I know that's disappointing. I'm sorry. You all came here for the Bryan Gottlieb. Got a bootleg version. What can you do, though? I think we might do this. I mean, unless we get Kenrith, I actually kind of like our chances. They still have land drop available? One, two, three, 4. 3. 17. 1 short. I guess we had the kill. All we had to do is just Bonecrusher Giant them. Okay, we're learning. This is why we came to best of 1, right? Purposefully came to best of 1. To learn these type of things. How do we best protect ourselves on this turn? Right, they would have a blocker then. Good point. Good point. They might not have blocked. Could have tried, but yeah, this does seem a little safer. Kind of like just having some mana on this turn. Because they would have feared additional damage. Like a Bonecrusher Giant. Throw 11 at the face here and draw 11. Alright, didn't see any of the cards I wanted actually. Interesting. Hold. Sure. Yeah, odd decision not to just do a little Golos in there. Let them know we need business here. A little zap to the face. Scoop 'em up, net deck master. Despite your net decking, we still overcame your cheating ways. Okay, we'll play actual best of 3 now. That was a warm-up match. That was the entire purpose of that, which I did very purposefully, obviously. Now we'll try again. Yeah, always paper deck as opposed to net deck. Much more powerful strategy. Y'all, I went and got an hour-long foot massage today. I feel so relaxed. I don't even care about Golos bans anymore. Anything could happen. It's all fine with me. Could we keep this hand if we went and got a red source? There's probably better hands. This one seems better. What's our worst card here? So, this hour-long foot massage somehow also included back massage, arm massage. It was fantastic. It was a steal. I will definitely be going back to this place. I don't know what I'm supposed to tuck here. Maybe Brazen Borrower. Yeah, that makes some sense to me. Because after we play Reclamation, we're going to need a refill. Opt. I have a feeling we're going to need to Bonecrusher Giant this turn, so I'd rather just take a fresh card than have to spend mana. Okay, never mind. Now I want to use this and get blue source, I believe. Yep, that makes sense. I like just bounce here. Y'all, how are the levels? Some people on YouTube were telling me music was too loud generally, so I turned it down a bit. How's it sounding for everyone? Getting these hasty beats in. I think I like crushing now. Avoid any kind of pump spell. Still hold up. Growth Spiral. Maybe an expansion. I don't know what we would expand here. Seems pretty unlikely. Okay. I think I like just playing Bonecrusher Improbable Alliance going into our turn. Maybe we can get this rolling. Could Expansion Explosion as well. Not even go to our turn. They don't have much in the way of removal presently, so I kind of like forcing them to have it. So I think I just want to expansion this, right? Can I see this card? No, I just can't. Alright, let's resolve this first one, I guess. +1/+1 counter target creature. The creature deals. Yeah, we definitely want to expansion this. Oh no! No! We did nothing. We accomplished nothing whatsoever. We tried really hard, though. We put forth a good effort. Boy, I love learning what my cards do. No, we accomplished a lot. We look good doing it. That's what really matters. We gave up our best card to do nothing. That's just how we drew it up. Yeah, now we know what our opponent's cards do. Nah, I'm ready now. This is as ready as I'm ever gonna be. Ooh, this didn't go well. Do we need a second blocker, or kind of?
Should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
May as well just use this mana now. Yeah, we're always learning. If y'all haven't figured that out by now, I don't know what to tell you. Always be learning. Okay. Do we want to do some bouncing now? Seems like the best course of action. Force them to spend a little mana. Only take 3 damage. Hope for a miracle next turn. Man, if we just have our expansion explosion, this game's a lot easier, huh? Why are there so many static abilities on everything? Like, seriously, can we stop? Well, we learned we can't do it on opponent's turn, so... Trust me, I obviously would have loved to do it on their turn. And if this was 5 minutes ago, I would have attempted to do it on their turn. But we've learned so much since then. My Okos. Play with these bootleg cards anymore. Flame Sweep probably does almost nothing. Is my guess. Pelt Collector. Well, that seems correct. Oh, Gust? Yeah, that's a magic card. This is true. What else sucks? We like trim one of these, just because we need to do things proactively. Answer their threats. That makes sense to me. Even one of these could probably go. Seems reasonable. Let's do it. Borrower seems medium. I kind of agree. It's got to be a pretty high preference for cards that actually interact, though. The Stomp kill stuff this hand's good, but I don't know that it's going to ever. I think just time walking them matters, though, like forcing them to just play the same spell over and over again. I have played 2 games. Both I played poorly, one I won, so I don't have a very strong opinion on it quite yet. Yeah, I don't know if this is actually better. It probably is. Keep all this cheap interaction. Get rid of this expansion because it betrayed us. We can't cast this Growth Spiral, though, and we're never going to have an extra land, so that actually makes more sense. Go like that. Once upon a time. Free magic cards, totally fine. Also, I was thinking about this today. I get tons of stuff wrong, including almost every single game I play. I wrote an article about Once Upon a Time in Modern, though, as soon as it was spoiled, and I basically nailed it. And everyone else was wrong when the card came out. So I'm going to toot my own horn a little bit. Crush these bones. I thought it was a huge upgrade for Amulet. Amulet has been the most played deck the last 2 Modern tournaments on the SCG Tour. I thought it did almost nothing for Neo Brand. I also said Tron did not love it. I still believe that. So it seems like things mostly going as I expected. What do we want to do here? Improbable Alliance is pretty blank. Do we just preserve life total with Brazen Borrower? So when we do the preview episodes, we tend to talk about Standard. I did mention Mystic Sanctuary, though, as a card that I thought would be absolutely insane in the Eternal formats. Stop, please. Oh, whatever, we'll just deal with it now.
Answer to other guilds.
Green source wouldn't be bad. Cinder Vines. I don't know, I don't think Cinder Vines is all that good against us. Why is it good? Okay, I mean, if it was disenchant, would we be like, the game's over? I mean, I get that it can, it can destroy something, but it doesn't seem damning. I don't know how much Cindervines is around right now. Not much, I guess. Gig Effect. You were dope. Appreciate the sub. Good stuff. Well, all of our plays seem awful right now. I think that's as good as it gets for us. I might have to borrow this Bonecrusher Giant, which, boy, does that feel bad.
The only authority that I recognize is chaos.
Activate Mobilize District. Makes bouncing this Bonecrusher Giant a little bit better. I can expansion Petty Theft. That might be okay. I thought I don't have the explosion anymore. I don't think that's realistic. I think we're just dead. I don't know what we're supposed to do here. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable scooping here. If not for Cindervines, that doesn't seem awful. I guess just like the early damage was really what was damning though. And not drawing an Oko, the best planeswalker ever. It's been a while since there was a planeswalker that everyone was like kind of medium on and then turned out to be a slam dunk. That is the word on the street right now. Many people calling it the best planeswalker ever. I think if Field of the Dead doesn't get banned, there's probably a huge problem. I mean, I don't even know that I think it's a good idea. But given the course of events thus far, Put that on the bottom, not the top. Given the course of events thus far, I think there would be a large amount of outrage were it not banned. And now you're kind of stuck. Someone tweeted at me recently that, like, I don't remember the exact numbers, but something like 29 of 36 people who have revealed their deck for the MC were playing Golos, so... Teferi was okay received, I guess I would say. It was my number 2 card in the set. I don't know if we knew it would reach as far back as it did. Really just need this green source, unfortunately. There we go. I found that Temur Oko deck to be completely underwhelming. I don't know what most people thought about Teferi. I thought it was good. I wasn't like over the moon, but knew it would be strong. Atari Pamai. Thank you for your Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate you. You were awesome. Maybe we want to double ramp here, see if we can lead with this. Karn was my number 1 card in the set, so that tracks. Well, that's dope. I appreciate you coming and contributing. Good stuff. Glad you're enjoying the podcast. Hope you've been checking out the YouTube videos, which have been a ton of fun to make. This will eventually be one. Ooh, the goose beats. I think I just want to ramp again here. Seems like a key turn. Nice. Oh no, we can't do everything we want to do all at once. What a shame. I'm thinking now is the correct time to flame sweep. How is the metagaming going? Well, that's a complicated question. I wouldn't be doing any metagaming right now. I would just be playing Golos. But I am curious what's going to happen after that. So I'll play these decks. Is Niv Mizzet bad? I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting. Oko seems to invalidate it pretty hard, but... And it's kind of meaningless against Bant Golos. Yeah, it's bad. Okay, I talked myself through it in about 2 seconds. It's bad. Conclave Tribunal. Nah, I'm not down with that. We're going to take that back. It's a little borrower action. Tarek B75. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. You were awesome. We do not have Ral in this deck. Time for a little petty theft. Not gonna opt here. Well, that's silly. What do we want to do with that? Probably just use huge explosion is always the answer, I think. Tarek coming through on all forms of supporting the Arena Decklist crew. I appreciate you. Patreon and subbing to this channel. Good stuff. Yeah, let's just cast a huge explosion. When in doubt, just cast a huge explosion is going to be my motto here. Why the name change on our podcast, and why don't we do head games anymore? We ran out of things to talk about on head games, quite frankly. And Jonathan also got very busy, so it just was not fitting anymore. As far as the name change, our old name was horrible. Just absolutely horrible. This name is much better. Well, there's so many things we could do on this turn. How exciting. Yeah, we broke mental health. we just solved it. No need to do the podcast anymore. I want to make a bird. I'm going to. You can't stop me. I feel like we have enough to do with the mana where we just always want Wilderness Reclamation at this point. I'm really happy to hear that, Kyle. Yeah, I'm very proud of that podcast, just because we don't do it anymore. I don't want you to think like it wasn't super special to me, or I don't stand by anything we did there. I'm very proud of the work we did there. It just kind of ran its course. All the Conclave Tribunals. Yeah, I think we're gonna probably let this one go. Even though we could very easily react. Don't see a lot of reason to. Now there's a reason to. Alright, we can wait on that one. Let's go. Improbable Alliance. Wilderness Reclamation. Sure, green sounds nice. Oh, the Scoose is going to foil my onslaught. Stupid goose. Imposter syndrome is that was a big one for me. Something I still deal with from time to time. I don't care. I don't care about any of this. Oh, I didn't take it that way at all, Kyle. I really do appreciate you sharing, and I'm glad the podcast had a super positive effect on you. It makes me really happy. And I know people just talk about it a lot because they loved it, and it was something that meant a lot to a lot of people, and I totally respect that. Nine shall be the number of your explosion. This deck is pretty nice. Like, from a theoretical standpoint, I like a lot of the stuff going on here. Very cool. I still think like Golos will invalidate you pretty hard if it does its thing. So maybe you need to think a little bit more about how to meaningfully slow them down early. Like, again, I get why these cards are theoretically good versus Golos, but if they play a Teferi and they're just all invalidated, it's not great. A couple counter spells main deck. I would have to think about that. I don't know. I struggled to get these Okos in there. What's with the 62 cards? Oh, I sideboarded in 2 cards. And now I'm looking for 2 to cut. Is Oko good here? It feels like it's kind of not. Oko good against the green-red decks. For sure. Mono red be very good. Maybe I'm supposed to play fewer reclamations because they have Conclave Tribunal? I'm not sure. What would a Teferi ban do instead of Field? I don't know. My thought is that counter spells would police some of this large mana nonsense to some degree, but we can't forget that, like, there's a lot of must counter spells in these decks, and Krasis is a cast effect, and I don't know. I don't know if that actually solves anything. I like this hand against this deck, with the exception of no green source. Oh, opponents just had enough. I don't blame them. They had no chance. Pack them up. Let's do another one. I'm enjoying this. Let's see what rewards we have. Ooh, what fine rewards. Sky Tether, constructed playable. Am I into the Yankees? I wear a Yankees hat. I will say that. Definitely have this hat on my head right now. I'm from New York. Does that mean I'm into the Yankees? Who knows? You don't need to combo. Ral was very clunky in the games I played with, like, Ral Reclamation stuff. It really never did anything. Large Explosion is your combo now. We are the Michael Bay of the Magic world. We sure are opening a lot of one-landers for our 26-land deck. I have a feeling these Castle Vantress are very bad. I'll probably be cutting them after this, actually. What's our bad card here? It's probably Flame Sweep in the dark. Could get wrecked if we're just up against the deck that gets Flame Swept. He said as the Goose comes into play. Well, now the Goose is loose, and we're all dead. I hope everyone's happy. This is what happens when you put away your Flame Sweeps. You get goosed out of the game. Yeah, you see opens like this, and it's just kind of like... What are we doing in this format? Yeah, this format might have more than one problem. I think that is a reasonable interpretation. I'm going to try and keep them off Nissa mana, which is where I assume this is going. And we're just going to go ahead and pop one of these geese now. Yeah, 1-mana accelerants are awful. I was so happy when we got away from them. I thought it was like such wise and intelligent design that really showed a lot of foresight. And then we just went back, and I don't really understand why.
Absolute nonsense. Absolutely true. Let's broaden your existence.
Well, I think this Oko is going to beat us single-handedly. That's my guess. Could kill this Goose and still try and fade Anissa, but then I'm just going to die to 6 damage coming my way, so I guess I have to play a Bonecrusher Giant. Oh, this is turn 3, by the way, too. Oh, I didn't play the right Bonecrusher Giant. I'm flummoxed. Underestimated the power of Goose and Grazer. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. No, we're not dumpstering today. We're just happily participating. And this card's still here. I forgot about this card. This card is terrible to play against. It's been a minute since I thought about the wolf. What are we supposed to do here? I don't know. I don't want to complain. Complaining doesn't get us anywhere, right? It's just like not a useful behavior. So I'm mostly over it, but I'm really not over it whatsoever and very cranky. Yeah, Wicked Wolf is doing... What's the... I don't know who that meme actually is, but it's the puppet, like, giving the side eye when you're talking about... when you're complaining about something very related to the topic at hand. Wolf probably feels very similar. This card probably does nothing. Like, it seems like a card we want, but... I guess I'll just leave it on top and pretend like we're playing actual Magic. Can we ban complaining in the Discord? The Discord would cease to exist. It would literally fold in on itself if we did that.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, indeed. That's how I'm just going to react to this format from now on. Whenever anyone asks me my opinion, I'm just going to go, oh dear. Oh dear. Alright, I guess we'll play this meaningless card, right? Good and meaningless. Can't wait to die. Throne cards are fun in Modern. Are they? Oh dear. I'm afraid I've died. I just bought 4 foil storybook Fae of Wishes, because I believe that is a card that is playable in many formats. Oh dear, I've died. I made no meaningful decisions. Oh dear. This is my Oko impression, if you can't tell. I don't care. I don't care if I have food token. It doesn't matter. I mentally checked out of that game a long time ago. Alright, I'm just putting in my Okos. I don't know if they're good, but I mean, I'm assuming every deck should just have four Okos at this point. Sick of fighting against it. I don't think Flame Sweep is actually good, even if it would have picked off many geese that game. I guess I'm supposed to play this card. This card never seems like it does anything. I think it's just terrible. Maybe Bonecrusher Giant's medium. Nah, Bonecrusher Giant's fine as a blocker. Okay, we're going with this. Like, if our Improbable Alliance gets out of control, then maybe we can actually participate in this game. But that's the only real path forward I see. Yeah, Jim Davis's article was dope. I like that article too. Oh dear, it's a gilded goose. I have to kill it or the game becomes unplayable. Scooter, that's a fair question. I'm not taking it right now, though. No, the problem is all these cards are only fun in one direction. That's the thing that comes up over and over. Like, it's fun to do these things, and it's horrible to play against them. That's the sentiment I keep coming back to, is that they're all one-way Magic cards. But it's funny because it seems like that's part of the philosophy. Because you think about Modern and how it's like the one-way Magic format. I think it's like they just believe this is a good thing? I don't really know. I should get second green source. I guess that doesn't matter, right? Only if it taps like that. Modern is super interactive when people play decks that have no chance at winning. Which they do a lot. I don't know if we're actually supposed to be doing that here. It feels unbeatable, so I'm going to keep doing it. See if we can go find our reclamation. Keep digging. Brazen Borrower. No, I think we're just like kind of reclamation or bust right now. Bouncing Oko. Bouncing an Elk. All that seems pretty short term.
You to change your ways.
We're so good at magic. I think we're just popping off with this. Kill Oko. Do we really have to kill Oko if we're casting tremendous expansion explosions? Guess it would be for 6 here. See what happens here. Okay. Now I do think I want to kill Oko. Okay. I can buy, but maybe we just don't care anymore. I don't care much for any of these cards.
Gaze into my face and put on your true shape.
That's the one I like. Lethal? Lethal. They could have counter magic, I guess. Disdainful Stroke, possibly? We'll force them to spend mana. That's the right approach. We're not really in any rush to do this. Let's do like this. I'll Borrower, play Borrower. Alright, they don't have counter magic. Now we're short on lethal, but... we're just baiting here. Yeah, they could still have Disdainful Stroke in that spot. That's true. Just to play Veil to force through something? That sounds horrible. Thanks, Nighthawk. I'll try and be here more. I probably won't be. So this is a very occasional thing. My wife is out of town for the week. She's visiting her family. So you are all my wife now. Thank you, wives. Nothing new coming from Head Games. We just had a long chat about it. You can go catch the VOD. My wife's going to be real disappointed when she finds out I'm now married Twitch chat. Well, bad beats for Justin. Should have asked first. Let him know. He's not making his move, I'm going to make mine. Get to grazing. I kind of do want to opt here. I'd like to have a land in my hand when I Growth Spiral next turn. Do I miss lawyering? No. No! Not at all. Authoritative now. Been married for 5 years. 6 years. Whoa, I hope she's not watching this. 6 years. We're gonna get grazed to death? That's no good. How about the fact that this also has 6 loyalty as soon as it comes down?
I enjoy the proper application.
Remember that spell Fry we made? Let's invalidate it completely. I guess that's fine. Just super important to have a land here. It's weird that Castle Vantress isn't legendary, right? Everyone feel me on that one? We are both playing True Dawn's version of this. This list comes from True Dawn, who was kind enough to share, and I believe at some point is going to do an article at arenadecklist.gg. I did see like an apology tweet for the Questing Beast not being legendary, which made me feel real good, because if you watched my coverage last week, I like suggested a line about double Questing Beast, and was disappointed in myself, and then quickly turned my outrage towards WotC instead, because that is just it's just a poor name for a legendary card. Yeah, that 1 mana black spell I think is actually pretty good. I'm somewhat surprised it never sees any play. Although I guess just, it only removes 5 counters, right? So I guess it's not even good anymore. It should be good. Their last card has to be Disdainful Stroke, because that's the way our lives go in general. Oh, stop! Do we want to Bone Crush a Goose? That makes some degree of sense to me. If this is like Nissa, that looks really good. I doubt there's another target for it. Climb Rocker! You're awesome. Thank you for your Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate you. Let's untap this. And is the auto tapper going to shit on us? No, it's not. Okay. Bolt the goose. Bolt the goose. Thinking about Brazen Borrower on this Royal Scions to dodge ult. Oh, maybe I should have done it there. I should have done it there.
Let us plan for the trial.
Squirrels are only my second favorite animal. Fallen Cyper, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. You are awesome. Enjoy your raccoon. Doing a little bit of math there. Oh no. I guess we'll just have to do it again. Probably green source here. Additional red source. I guess we're out of red sources. Okay, green source. Let's... Still like bouncing more than shocking. What annoying. Play this Bonecrusher Giant. Alley-oop. Oko! Nobody can beat this card.
Is absolute nonsense and absolutely true.
Surely you see the humor here.
Pop that goose. Still just double blocks. Missed the card references at the start of each podcast episode. Me too. I like that. Did you all like the references? Jerry didn't like it. Jerry doesn't like... Well, Jerry doesn't like humor, first of all. Just hates humor. Trying to do it with like call outs now in the text box of our videos. Guess there's a small possibility this works. Yeah, I didn't think so. I'm gonna kill this goose. I don't like the way it's looking at me, honking from across the battlefield. Oh, I wanted to use that mana. I don't think it mattered.
I lead the way, but my brother.
I enjoy the proper application of knowledge.
Yeah, I do like the good luck at the end of the podcast. That's really good stuff.
Gaze into my face and put on your true shape.
Try not to be creepy for a second, Oko. Unfortunately, this isn't doing anything, so I think that needs to go. Sad. Nope. Well, okay. I guess we don't have a choice. Can force a block here. Don't have any defense for poor Oko then. It'll be fine.
travel with your king, wild and sovereign, and welcome to the...
My, how the turntables have turned. All these cards are terrible. What? Well, this is unfortunate.
For the realm.
Surely you must be famished.
Maybe that Ether Gust is supposed to stay on top.
Fair.
Doesn't matter. 3, 4, 3, 7, 10. They go to 3. Yeah, I think could even not attack with Borrower. That seems overly cautious. Yeah, we're a pretty high percentage to draw. Questing Beast. GG.
Your new look is enchanting.
I will learn what nobody yet knows.
Which way shall I win this game? No, Ral was terrible. I had Ral. It was very bad. This deck seems very good, though. I think this deck has promise. Played pretty poorly, didn't know what a lot of cards did, but I think fundamentally this is sound. If I were updating this deck... So... True Dawn says Improbable Alliance is the second best card in the deck. It did not seem good to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just what we played against. It's extremely slow, extremely ineffective. He had 4, I cut 1 because I couldn't believe it was all that good. Yeah, if you're flooding, I'm sure it's fine. But you also have double Castle Vantress, so it's like you can find homes for your mana. I added these Okos over 4th Improbable Alliance, 4th Chemister's Insight. I didn't miss the Chemister's Insight. That seemed fine. Maybe Flame Sweep just isn't supposed to be there. and you can get back the 4th Alliance and 4th Insight if you want it, or you can just cut the Flame Sweeps and have Oko, and like, sure, you're probably giving up game 1 to any deck that goes wide at that point, but there aren't that many of those decks, so seems important against Golos, but you can't win those games anyway. Like, it's just not realistic. Maybe they can buy you the 1-turn window. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you're sideboarding these out against Golos in most instances. Like, flame sweeping them is not a realistic plan. Can win by fogging and explosioning, maybe. Maybe you can. How do I feel about the Golgari matchup against Golos? Well, we'll do that in a minute. We'll check in on that. But yeah, I think this deck is very good. I am looking forward to working on it more. I'm looking forward to reading what True Dawn has to say about it over on the website. But let's move on to something else.